Welcome back, viewers at home. Thank you so much for tuning in right here on Prime Live. Now, AI Impact, as I earlier on spoke about it, awards serves as a platform to showcase the inspiring stories of immigrants and refugees who have embraced South Africa and contributed positively to the economy and community, as well as enriching the cultural tapestry of our nation. By acknowledging their exceptional efforts and talents, we aim to foster a greater appreciation for the diverse cultures, skills, and experience that immigrants and refugees bring to South Africa. And for that, I have my amazing guests who are joining me just to give us insight on AI Impact and the work that they're doing. As my guest, Tebo, as well as Lebu. Good to have you right here on Prime Live.
Thank you.
Guys, I feel like you guys are so nervous, but it's okay. We're going to take it from there. Now, I think my first question for the evening is to ask, just for us to understand. I mean, already we read briefly about the work and how you guys aim to put out stories that are quite inspiring out there from immigrants as well as refugees. If you can just give us a more brief yet insightful insight on what is AI Impact about, awards about, and we can take it from there.
Okay, awesome. So the Alkebulan Immigrants Impact Awards are about recognizing and celebrating immigrants and refugees who are making a positive impact in South Africa. More so, they are about raising awareness about the remarkable contributions and achievements that immigrants are making in Africa.
That is amazing. Now, before I proceed further, I believe you two are the directors of AI Impact. And I just want to know your active role in, the role that you play in AI Impact Awards, just to gain insight, because 99% of the time the real juice is behind the actual story and the work that you guys do individually. If we can go ahead with Mr. Tebo.
Thank you. I think with the Impact Awards, I am just a director. I think I am the chief operating officer.
Okay.
I make sure that the thinking is put into practice.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Yes. And you, Ms. Lebu?
Well, Linda.
Oh, sorry, Linda.
Yes.
My apologies.
So I think because we've just started, we're literally doing everything. Oh. So our role really comes from the passion that we have and what has actually eventually inspired us to start the awards, our love for travel, and that's why we're here, having experienced how immigrants are actually treated in other countries, and that's what brought us here. But I mean, we belong to an organization that grooms leaders, and that's what we made. And you can see, for the benefit of the viewers, I'm South African and Tebo is from Cameroon. Oh, but I mean, he is now South African.
Basically. Amazing. Yes. Now, Mr. Tebo, if you can just share with us in terms of, I think Ms. Linda mentioned briefly Alkebulan. Does it have a significant meaning? Because I know 99% of the time when you come with the name for an initiative this powerful, the name is coming from something significant. So if you can just share with us.
Yes, I think Alkebulan is something very significant. I think Alkebulan is the only and oldest indigenous word on this continent. Okay. It means the mother of mankind, Garden of Eden. It was used by the Moors, the Nubians, the Carthaginians, the Ethiopians. So it comes from a very deep place. It comes from the origin of where we all come from. So the name Alkebulan Immigrants Impact Awards, it signifies the origin.
Oh, that is amazing. I didn't even know that. I guess a lot of viewers are now like, okay, we didn't know that. But now we know. Now, moving on to my other question is the fact that, you could have easily made AI Impact a magazine platform or storytelling platform, but you chose specifically awards. And I feel like awards recognize people and sort of it brings some sense of esteem towards their work. Because, I mean, take the likes of writers. 99% of the time we read the book, but them getting their flowers while they're still alive, it pushes them to go beyond. So in your view, why awards and nothing outside of awards?
Yes. Okay, funny enough, the awards are just the start because we're starting this year, and our plan is bigger than the awards. But what we had realized is that, I mean, South Africa is faced with a whole lot of noise when it comes to immigrants in the country. And yet there are so many immigrants who are making a positive contribution to our country. So the idea was that when we start this year, we're starting off as celebrating the immigrants and bringing that awareness. But we have bigger plans. We see the awards from next year as not just as an award ceremony, but bringing in people to talk, having panel discussions, talk about the challenges that they've had, but the different impacts that other people have made within South Africa as a community. For example, we have immigrants like Tebo, for example. His experience in the country has been amazing. Yet he's got friends who would say something totally different about how they've experienced South Africa. So we want to open up those platforms, but because this is our inaugural year, so we're just starting off as awards.
Now, Mr. Tebo and Mr. Linda, I think this question goes to you both, you as a fellow South African and someone who is from Cameroon, because I think when it comes to finding the reasons why South Africans should celebrate, or rather, be, in this preview of celebrating immigrants in South Africa who are making a change in their own beautiful way, I think it'd be nice to just hear it from both perspectives. In your view, why do you feel that it's important for South Africans to see and understand the impact of, celebrating and hearing these stories that immigrants and refugees bring towards or within South Africa?
I think firstly, one is to really demystify this thing that South Africans have this xenophobic attack, and to really see each other within South Africa as people who are actually making a contribution in South Africa. And these awards are not just for Africans. The awards are for anybody who is not born in South Africa, but residing in South Africa legally. So we're hoping that the awards could actually bring some social cohesion within us as South Africans, but also bring about what we're known for as being the rainbow nation of the world. And to be quite honest, we want to tap into our intercultures. We want to just grow South Africa as a country and hopefully attract, or rather be a destination that attracts somebody who's sitting out there in their own country who can actually say, well, maybe South Africa is not a bad destination to move to.
Sure. Mr. Tebo?
Yes, I think like my colleague said, my experience in South Africa has been amazing. And I think I speak as a proudly South African ambassador. And I think there are thousands of foreigners that have done amazing work, that have done great things. And I think this award is to convert those immigrants into ambassadors, to take people who've taken this place at home, who've spend their lives here, who've done amazing work here, and convert them into the best ambassadors of this country. So when they travel out of the country, when they travel back to their countries of origin, they can talk and share amazing stories about this place they have taken us home. So I think for me, beside the cultural integrations, the bonding, the networking, it's also allowing South Africans to show the world that they are a friendly people. They have an immense sense of pride and understanding of the people that they are hosting. I think for me, if we can do that, trust me, we would have done enough to kickstart this relationship, because it's going to be, it's a project for our lives. I mean, we always talk about it. We say, we're starting something that will go beyond our lives. So we celebrate the contributions of teachers and doctors and nurses and lawyers and bankers. And I mean, you find foreigners in every sphere in this country. So let's celebrate them. Let's showcase their work. Let's bring them from the corners where they are doing amazing things to the pulpit. So South Africans can get to see them, know them, and understand them.
That is remarkable. Now, Mr. Tebo, still on you. going to come through now, Mari. But Mr. Tebo, I just want you to speak to us on the awards, right? And I believe they have categories and the manner in which people are nominated. I just want you to just help us understand what are some of the categories that are there. Is it based on, you know, the professional career, or it's based on in terms of industries or sectors, and in terms of how do you guys then come about putting people up for nomination or select those candidates in question?
Yes, thank you. There are 18 categories.
Okay.
16 of those are for foreigners and refugees.
Okay.
2 are for South Africans. Of the 16 that are for immigrants and refugees, it's best outstanding immigrants in STEM, so it's science, maths, and technology. Then there's entrepreneurship, there is economic development, there is best in education, there's best in sports. And then there's outstanding under 30. So it looks at some sort of a collection of almost everything.
Okay.
But I think the most important thing is the 2 South African oriented awards, because you cannot celebrate people in your home without celebrating yourself. I think if any foreigner feels welcome in South Africa, it's because of South Africans. That's the reality. So the 2 awards for South Africans, one is for a South African organization that plays a critical role in how foreigners are settled in South Africa. The other award is for an individual that has contributed to the peaceful settlement that foreigners have experienced in South Africa. As for the nominations, I think I'll let Linda talk about it.
Please take it away.
Yes, so anybody can be nominated.
Okay.
We're looking at 2 criteria.
Okay.
You must have been born outside the country.
Okay.
You must be residing in South Africa legally.
Okay.
Those are the main 2 criteria for the nomination. So anybody who wants to nominate, you just need to go to our website, which is www.ai-impactawards with an S,
Yes.
.co.za. Then you click on nominations. There's instructions that you can go through, but basically you then put the name of the person that you want to nominate together with the reasons of why you're nominating that person.
You know, I love the name so much because it's like a mirror, AI-IA. So it's like, literally, I'm just thinking about it now and I'm like, this is amazing, this is beautiful. And at that statement, I think it takes it for me. It says, if a foreigner is comfortable in South Africa, that's because of a South African. And I think it speaks to the fact that if a foreigner is not comfortable in South Africa, that's because it's also because of South African, and which places a responsibility for us to, you know, show that Ubuntu and showcase it in a very magnified way so that we can see, you know, the tourists coming in and out and, you know, growing as a continent of Africa.
Yes.
But now to my next question. I know with awards, people love going for awards ceremony, dressing up and the food and all that. So now with the awards, is it something that is done virtually, or is something that is going to have like an actual physical, you know, event and venue with the likes of the food? I mean, after all, it's starting out and no pressure, but, you know, I have to throw in that question.
No pressure at all, but we understand exactly where you're coming from. So yes, we're definitely going to have an award ceremony. It's going to be taking place on the 23rd of November here in Johannesburg. Okay. We're going to dress up and we're going to listen to renowned speakers, and we're going to be entertained by brothers and sisters of the soil while celebrating the outstanding work that the immigrants have done in playing their part within our own South Africa.
Now we understand that a lot of times when you're hosting such awards, it's very, like, you know, it quite lessens the burden when it comes to coordinating and finances, because money actually needs booking the venue and hiring, catering, amongst other things. So if companies who sort of appreciate this initiative and resonate with the work that you guys are doing, how do they now come in and, you know, foster or rather formulate a sense of partnership with AI? How do we do that, or how can we do that?
Yes. No, thank you. Listen, I mean, thank you for bringing that up. I think we are looking for partnerships. We are looking for partnerships from every angle. I think we are not narrowing ourselves to foreign enterprises. No, we are looking at South African organizations. We are looking at foreign organizations. If you are interested, if you want to be part of this great initiative, go to our website. I think our website is AI www.impect-awards.co.za. Go there, you'd find our contact details, reach out to us. We are open to collaborations, we are open to partnerships, we are open to building a united, beautiful South Africa, one where we can share our amazing stories and also share our amazing challenges. Yes.
So just in closing, I just would like you guys to give us some words of closing. It could be inspirational, or it could be thought-provoking. Would enjoy any of the two. Just in closing, because unfortunately we've run out of time, and yeah.
Yeah. So we want to invite each and every South African and non-South African out there. Please support us with visiting our website and our platforms on social media. But we are excited about hosting the awards, and we believe that this is the start of building a better South Africa.
Mr. Tebo, anything in closing?
Listen, I think I have enjoyed my stay. I think this is my home. I think this is my first home. I always say that as an immigrant. But this award is for many others, more than me. It's for people who are sitting in amazing places and doing amazing things that are changing the lives of South Africans. I think every South African, every immigrant who is based here, go onto our website, nominate immigrants that you've come across that are doing impactful things, that are changing lives, because in the end, if one changes one life, he inspires others to change more lives. I think let's celebrate, let's come together, let's showcase the best that South Africa has to offer. Thank you.
And I think on that note, that's where we conclude our interview. Mr. Tebo, Mrs. Linda, thank you so much for joining us and sharing such a very phenomenal initiative that I think this will give birth to many more ideas in the direction of unifying Africans globally as well as, continentally. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Viewers at home, that was me having a amazing conversation with the directors of AI Impact Awards. Now, this idea has me feeling some kind of butterflies and jitters, because now I'm excited to see exceptional individuals that are out there, because I think 99% of the time when we're looking in the media and we're seeing, the likes of immigrants and refugees, it's not really a sight that is quite, stomachable, if that's even a word. But seeing them succeed and, go beyond the borders, that for me is exceptional. But on that note, that's where we close it for now. Let's head off to an ad break. See you when we come back.